Hey y'all, welcome to the very first episode of Shameka Meets, the show where we connect with the people, places, and ideas shaping events with impact. I'm your host, Shameka Jennings. And today we're diving into something close to my heart, what it really means to plan with purpose.
Ideas in sight and vibes so sweet. Pull up a chair, it's Shameka Meets.
Let's be real. Strategy without purpose is just a checklist. But when your strategy is guided by values, legacy, and inclusion, that's where the magic happens. Every event should be doing something bigger, creating space, sparking change, or starting conversations, not just filling a room. When I say I believe in planning with purpose, I mean building events that move people, not just logistically, but emotionally, financially, socially, and culturally. At my company, Events Noir, we developed the Impact Framework to help our clients and partners create experiences that leave a lasting mark on attendees, on communities, and the bottom line. Let me break it down for you. I infuse innovation, creativity, and joy. Infuse every element of the event with creativity, culture, and fun to create unforgettable moments and meaningful engagement. M, make it member-centric. Prioritize the needs, preferences, and values of attendees to ensure relevance, satisfaction, and a sense of ownership of the experience. P, partner with community. Connect with local organizations, voices, and culture to ground your event in authenticity and give back to the community it touches. A, apply adaptive revenue strategies. Build financial sustainability with dynamic event-specific approaches to monetization, from sponsorships to experience tiers and beyond. C, cultivate diversity and inclusion. This is a big one. Center equity, accessibility, and representation in every decision, from speakers to vendors, signage to food and floor plans and beyond. And lastly, T, tailor content and curation. Design programming that reflects your audience's real-time needs and aspirations so they don't just attend, they engage. When you plan your event with purpose and impact, you create something deeper than a schedule of set deliverables. You create space for growth, for joy, and belonging. And that makes real results. At the end of the day, planning with purpose isn't just a trend. It's the difference between events that are just attended and events where they are felt. When we lead with intention, every detail becomes an opportunity to create meaning, spark connection, and deliver real impact. That's strategy with soul. And that's what we're here to do. And you should too. Yo Gotti said it best. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. In this number right here, it's loud. 67%. That's how many attendees say they don't feel seen at the events they attend. Not heard, not valued, just another badge in the crowd. And here's the thing, those people showed up. But if they don't feel connected, if they didn't feel considered, and if they left the same way they came in, you didn't host an experience, you held a transaction. Designing with purpose means designing for people, not personas. That means asking questions before they register, including their voices on your stage, making room for joy, rest, for identity, for them. So what can we do? Start with a pre-event survey that asks real questions, not just dietary needs, but how they want to feel. Include name pronunciation or identity badges to help people fully show up. Offer moments of reflection, wellness, and culture, not just programming. Make your stage match your audience, always. Stats like this don't just inform, they demand action. Because we're not just planning events anymore, we're building belonging.
This is the land.
Not on a mission, always been this way. Let's keep 'em talking, that's what I say.
the land of artists.
On the back, going higher still, making our own story, and we always win.
Innovators
We show up,
and visionaries,
we shout out.
where anything is possible.
This is who we are.
Where we're down for living it up.
This is who we are.
Where we never lose sight of who we are. The land for life.
Want to talk more about how to bring purpose into your next event? Book a vision session or a VIP day with me. Let's strategize together. Need full-on event support? Reach out and let's talk. I'm here to help you create something unforgettable. To kick off 3 questions with Shameka, I had to start with some of my favorite people in the industry, my friends, my planner sisters, and honestly, the group chat that keeps me sane. We don't work together, but we get each other. We all plan events in our own unique way, and we all believe that events should mean something, that they should leave people better than they came. Today, I'm sitting with the event base to talk about intention, bold choices, and what it really looks like to plan with purpose. Hey, girls. Hey. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you all join me. I think for the people at home, I'll have you all introduce yourselves. I'll start with you, Khadijah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Khadijah Omakero. I am the event manager for an AACP, and it's my girl.
Hey, welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Indira Fuller-Bay. I am event manager for AFPM, and I am one of the event base.
Hi, my name is Connie Samuels. I'm the SVP of events for Opportunity Finance Network.
Welcome. I'm so excited. We do have a 5th who will join us eventually. So we're jumping in with this. So first, let's start. Whoever wants to jump in with this question, who are the event base? If you say it, people know us. I will be clear. People do know us, but who are the event base?
The base are the base.
I think a group of leaders in the industry. I think bold, beautiful Black women leaders in the industry. I can speak for myself. When I met these ladies, instantly I fell in love. They are mentors to me, and I think we just a camaraderie of sharing ideas and love. Honestly, we've grown to just love each other. So I think that's it.
I think what started off as a group to bounce ideas off of each other bloomed into a beautiful friendship. So I think it started with networking and trying to meet more people in the industry, and it quickly grew into a friendship.
I think we are a group of innovators. We are a group of game changers. We are room shifters. We are those girls, and I love y'all for that.
I love it. I am with it. This gives me, I'm so excited about this. I feel so good. I'm so glad that y'all are here with me. All right. So now I want to jump into our 3 questions for this specific segment, at least. This is 3 questions with the event base. Let's go. So the first question I have for you ladies as tremendous event professionals: when did you realize that your work could change lives and not just agendas?
I'll jump in. I would say in undergrad, I actually studied public health. When I got to my first organization, I did not automatically have an advocacy role. They actually asked me to plan their events. And I was fine, kind of like that's not what I'm here for, but I jumped into what came naturally to me. And because it came naturally to me, but I still get to serve at associations. I know there are event planners out there that work for corporate or, their specialties, concerts, productions, etc. We're all associations. And I feel like I still get to serve my purpose while doing something that naturally comes to me. I get to support those who are in the field, who are doing advocacy, who are doing policy work. I get to do what I love while supporting also something I love.
Yeah, and I'll second what Khadijah said. I think for me, it was probably during COVID. During COVID, I was working for an association, and their mission was city and county government. And so that was really important for us to create a space for our members to be able to share the knowledge that they had with everything changing so rapidly around COVID. And so to actually see them come together and in real time create plans for their cities and their communities and share the knowledge and things that, was happening and changing so rapidly.
Yeah.
And it clicked for me that like, we aren't just creating, conferences. We're not just doing logistics. We're creating spaces where people are heard and empowered and like, people are connecting basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's when it really clicked for me during COVID.
You took the word that I was about to say, which is connection. Human connection is one of those things that we crave, and to be able to have the opportunity to create those spaces, in our respective industries, I believe is something that is very important, whether it's creating plans for COVID, whether it's connecting certain members with their respective vendors or resources that are influential for whatever they're doing in those spaces. I think it just hones in on the fact that it's more to events than just booking a space. It's more than just simply signing a contract and saying, okay, there's food and go forth and be merry. There's intentionality behind it.
Absolutely.
It's not just a party.
Yeah, it's not just a party.
We're not
party planners.
We're not party planners. I'll say we do have fun, but it's after a lot of hard work working with the logistics, but logistics is not where it ends. It might be where it starts, even though through my conversation, it's not where it should start. It should also start with attendees, with the people at hand. But that's also why I love events and how I fell into it, because it is something that can be transformational, not only the people that come to the event in the space that we all get to design, but they get to take that information back to their communities. And we're creating ripple effects where it's going to create change and impact moving forward with so many people if things are designed with purpose.
Absolutely.
And so I really love that. And this episode really is talking about planning with purpose. What does that look like for you? What does it mean to plan with purpose?
I guess I'll start. Planning with purpose goes back to what is the overall goal of the event? What are we trying to achieve in planning said event? And that starts from the very beginning, taking a step back. We're not party planners. I'm very passionate about, the perception of being a planner, and I more so call ourselves project managers because that's exactly what we are. We follow the same steps in terms of the project management process. And at the very beginning, it is determining what the overall goal is. And from that, you connect what the purpose of the event is. And that varies based off of what we're looking to do. But there's the connectivity of what purpose is and what we do and how we go about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with Connie. I think that, the overall question is, what's the why, right? What impact do we want to have on our attendees? What do we want our attendees to take away from this? Whether it's what's our overall goal for the attendees? How do we want them to interact with each other? What do we want their main takeaways to be from our events? And so I think that purpose-driven planning comes from the why, and that is the beginning of it.
Absolutely. Definitely both, what both of them said. I'm going to go back to a comment that you made about starting with the audience. And I think meeting the needs of the audience is first and foremost. On top of all the great things that they said. So I won't drag it because I do think that they hit the nail on the head, but I think seeing the attendees leave satisfied, happy, seeing the survey results. We addressed everything that they were looking for. And like you said, they're able to go back and take those things to their community. Yep. To me, that's planning with purpose.
Yep. I absolutely love it. And I feel like you all have secretly seen this episode already because it's a lot of the things that I've talked about already. So I appreciate that you're reinforcing things that I've said and I believe in, why I wanted to have you all on the show, because this is how events need to be planned and need to be moved forward. Other stakeholders are important, of course, financially, sponsors and things like that. But we really should focus on the attendees, focus on the why, and really get to the true why. Not necessarily to make money. Of course, we all want to make money. That's not unique. What is specific to your community, especially as all of us are association planners. Majority of my clients are also associations. We have a purpose or a goal or a mission that we're working towards, and we're creating space for people to work towards that mission. And so remembering that the why should pivot closer to that and not necessarily, we need to raise $1 million with this one event. So I appreciate that. Yeah. And we all talked about this in this conversation, just planning with intentionality. Is there an event trend that you see right now that's helping you, or you've seen others plan more intentionally right now?
On 3, let's all say AI. Right. On 3, let's all say ChatGPT.
Right. That's real.
Yeah, I mean, that would be mine, honestly. Yeah. I'm to the point where I need to chill because I'm getting to the point where I'm second guessing my email responses. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, you know what? This sounds good, but make it sound better every single time. Grammarly, built in. So, I mean, I don't understand who's not using it. Yeah. I don't know if y'all have anything that tops it.
I don't have anything that will top AI as
that's definitely a answer.
I did read a blog post recently, and the trend was basically impact over aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. As a good one.
It is really good. And basically, they were saying emotion driven planning, basically. We want our attendees to feel in every aspect of our planning, because it can look nice, but we want them to feel something like, because it'll leave a lasting impression on them. Like, when I go to places or go to events, if I even down to like the scent in the room, right? If that can draw an emotion out of me, I'm going to remember that, I'm going to remember that event because the scent, whatever it was, like brought something out of me. Yeah. So I think impact over aesthetic I love that. Was really good.
That one. Yeah.
I think putting on my attendee hat, I would say doing experiential activations. And I see more and more folks being more creative in what they do to drive that emotional connectivity to attendees, where that is something that's embedded in your brain, that you did this with this person and you'll remember it because it was something that you enjoyed. So I have enjoyed seeing the creativity, and certainly in us attending like PCMA, convening leaders, and some of those industry focused events where it's not just a event with happy hour or food. It's you're creating something, you're making friendship bracelets, it's the emotion. And emotional return on investment is just as important as the investment itself in terms of the price or the registration fee.
Well, I thank you all so much, my event bays, for joining me for this segment. It was a lot of fun. I liked getting to know you all more. Or for the people. For the people to get to know you all more. I am very grateful. I'm grateful for your sisterhood. I'm grateful for your time. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
Social media. Yes, the word that comes is probably overwhelmed. Well, my name is Dwayne Gibson, founder and chief creative officer at Spell With You. And what we do is manage and help those who are struggling with social media, from a strategy to engagement, or just simply bringing the joy back. And And that's one of the best things about social media. Yes, there's tons of things out there. There's trends, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, but it should be about you and your business. And that's where I come in. So if you're needing that type of help, you need that type of guidance, or you need that type of strategy, please contact me, Dwayne at spellwithyou.com, or look up for me on LinkedIn. Yep, that's the guy with the smiley face.
Earlier, we talked about a stat that hit hard. 67% of attendees say they don't feel seen at the events they attend. I know I'm not the only one thinking about how to change that. So I turned the mic over to you, my fellow event profs, creatives, and community builders. I asked, what's one thing you do to help your attendees feel seen? Here's what you all had to say.
Hi, I'm Lee with Better Meetings. And when I think about ways to help attendees feel seen, I actually think about a different sense first, which is how do we help them be heard? And I think it's almost an epidemic that attendees are seen, right? They are out there in the audience, but they're just passive. They're not actually participating in this event. They're not collaborating. Their voices aren't being heard. They're not sharing. And I think in that sense, they are not seen, even if there they are in pictures. And so for me, when I'm working with events or with organizations, I'm really trying to push them to look at the overall agenda and the format and to say, how do we flip this so it's not just one to many, or it's not just a passive audience, but that those people and their knowledge and their expertise is included in the event. And so that to me means looking at things like more participatory formats like a fishbowl. It's doing massive collaborative small groups using a format like Think, Pair, Share. It's moving away from theater style seating, which I think can be quite isolating and really just speaks to a passive audience. I think it's improving networking. And then if there's one thing that I think I've had really good luck with in events to help people feel included and seen and to feel like they're participating, is to do something in the vein of peer consulting. And I've run this with, small events and really big events. And it's just amazing how it transforms the group and the event, where people really feel like, I'm participating, my knowledge counts, I got to help someone else helped me, I made strong connections, I wasn't just being talked at. It's just been really amazing and really almost transformative when I've been able to add that to events. And I think doing more like that, where people are seen and heard and they're able to participate, makes a better experience for them as attendees, but it also makes for a better experience and more valuable event for exhibitors and sponsors, and also for the hosting organization and for the planning team.
One thing I do for my attendees to feel seen is do a personal hey. A personal hey, how you doing? First name. It's one of the things I feel as though makes that person not feel like a number, but a human, an attendee for your meetings. I like to find out personal information like birthdays. So if you're at our conference celebrating a birthday, we'll do a small gesture for you just to make you feel welcome and feel seen. Also, at the end of the day, they're spending money at our meetings. Anything that we can personalize for that attendee is one thing that I strive for making my attendees feel seen.
Listen, that's exactly why we do this work. Purpose doesn't just live in the strategy deck. It lives in the moments we create together. Want to be featured in the next one? Head to the QR code below and drop your take. Your voice belongs here. This edition of Must-Haves and Trends Watch is all about something planners talk about, but don't always design for: personalization. And one of the smartest ways to personalize with purpose: feedback. Surveys during, before, and after your event are a strategy move, not an afterthought. 3 feedback touchpoints can be: 1, a pre-event survey. They help you understand what your audience actually wants, their goals, their access needs, and expectations. 2, in session or during the conference, polls and feedback loops that shows attendees their voice matter in real time. And 3, post-event surveys. They reveal what resonated, what didn't, and where your impact really hit. Personalization isn't about guessing. It's about asking and acting on the answers. Because when you use feedback with intention, you're not just gathering data, you're designing experiences that feel personal, purposeful, and unforgettable.
Today's program is being produced at the NAB Studio in Washington, D.C. Minutes from Capitol Hill, NAB Studio is a state-of-the-art production facility and broadcast center. To learn more about how you can produce content here, visit nab.org/NAB Studio.
Want to personalize your next event with purpose? Download my free list of must-ask survey questions before, during, and after your event. The strategy starts here. Let's talk about cities that get it. Cleveland isn't just a space, it's a statement. From its thriving arts and culture scene to its deep commitment to community partnerships, this city is showing what it means to host with intention. Whether you're planning an intimate board meeting or a large-scale annual conference, Cleveland blends creativity, connection, and capability. It's no wonder ASAE chose this city for its 2024 annual meeting, and why I personally trusted Cleveland to host both a national board retreat and a flagship annual conference for one of my clients. Today, I'm sitting down with Rhonda Walker, Director of Mid-Atlantic Regional Sales at Destination Cleveland, to talk about what makes this city a powerful partner for purpose-driven events. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk to you about why Cleveland. So tell me, what makes Cleveland stand out as a destination for meetings and conferences?
Well, one, because of it's a unique city. I always tell people that it's not just a city or a destination, but it's an experience. It's full of culture. It's full of vibrant entertainment and dining actions. It's full of arts and we are the only city in the U.S. that has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then we're the second largest theater district in the U.S. So one of the things I tell people when you come to Cleveland, our Clevelanders are very proud of the city and they love to welcome visitors. The one thing, when you step off the plane or you pull up into the downtown area, you're welcomed with that Midwest vibe. The thing of it is that they love to engage. One of the other things is that it's our destination is waterfront. So the beautiful views of Lake Erie down to the Cuyahoga River, it's a unique destination. And no matter whether you're there for personal business or attending a conference or a sporting event, you definitely have an experience with all of our major attractions in the area.
I absolutely love that. Again, a person that's gone to Cleveland many times over the past few years, I have had a positive experience with it, which is why I've come back. What types of groups and events thrive here? Because you have a little bit of everything. I'm sure it's open for everyone, but what would you say? Are there any sweet spots in terms of size, industry, or event type?
Well, it's funny that you say that because I always say every group is a sweet spot for Cleveland because we one of the or several of the sectors that we primarily focus on is our medical field and the technology and the manufacturing because of our unique connection with the Cleveland Clinic and the other medical universities and hospitals and things of that nature, as well as our technical environment. But I would say our sweet spot is anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500. But we welcome groups anywhere in sizes of 10 to 800 as well. So it's very, to your point, it's very unique in regards to our downtown package and our layout, our footprint. So
I absolutely love that. And what's something that planners are often surprised to learn about Cleveland as a destination?
The minute you get there, you don't realize that our downtown footprint pretty much is compact. That's the one thing that blows planners away is that everything, like other cities, they say we're walkable.
Yes.
When you come into Cleveland, it's really walkable. I mean, it's to the point where you're literally just steps away from either the convention center or our dining district or our entertainment district.
The Brown Stadium. I've been everything's walkable.
Exactly. I mean, so you could literally walk the entire downtown
Cleveland footprint by just going no more than 15 to 20 minutes.
I love it. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the human side and real moments that you've experienced in Cleveland. Can you share an example of a planner partnership that really stood out to you?
Cleveland has a strong ties with the community. One thing that we like to do is we don't just host events, we co-host because we become a part of your planning committee, making sure that we align your missions and goals and the theme of your conferences with what we have locally.
I love that. I think that's what I've been talking about throughout the entire episode for today and for the pilot is planning with intention and planning with purpose. And that's why I wanted to highlight Cleveland as a destination because you get it. Like I said, Cleveland is a city that gets it. Being able to plan with intention. It's not just you bring your city and you've forgotten about me. I have never had that experience when I've gotten to work with Cleveland. It's something where Cleveland wants to be hand in hand with the organizations and with my clients. And so I really, really love that. Now, as you mentioned, you've been with Cleveland for about 2 years, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of events come through the city. Is there one that really left an impression on you?
In 2024, it was a hit for Cleveland. I mean, we went from the NCAA Women's Final Four to the Total Eclipse to hosting ASAE and a few other things. What I can say why I love Cleveland so much, even though I'm born and raised here in Washington, D.C., what I love about Cleveland is that it's an experience that they give you openness to the community. One of the great things is, I've had tons of site visits that come in and people are blown away because of the way that our community comes together. And we offered things like, even though we hosted ASAE, but the attendees of ASE were able to experience what smaller groups would experience. So it's not as if we just do these things for the larger groups. We do these things for every size group that comes into that. For example, moving from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, anyone can host a reception. Everyone can host a reception there. And the same thing with our dining and options and our musical theaters.
No, that is absolutely amazing. And you're talking about community. Can you tell me a little bit more about the partnerships that are in place to ensure the communities in a city's event success and making sure that it's felt by all parts of the local community?
So the great thing about Destination Cleveland, we have an incredible community and partnership team. And what they do is they make sure that we stay engaged with the local community, the community leaders, local chapters. One of the things that we do when groups come in, we take a look at our community. We reach out to our community team and our partnership team and find out if there's any resources in the community that would align with that organization's missions and goals. And so
that's really powerful. And then what do you say when planners come in and they're creating events and they want to create something that has longevity and has a lasting impact? What is it that you're doing within the destination, within your community partners to make an impact that's beyond the checkout, beyond the hotel space?
So one of the things we do, as I mentioned, our community and partners team, we definitely make sure that we stay engaged with our community and communicating with them, groups that are coming in. As I mentioned before, we make sure that what we try to do is align those organizations, those groups that are coming in. We tend to reach out to see if there's any local chapters and partnerships, and we partner and collaborate with them. Again, we become a part of your planning committee, so we find out what's important. That could be anywhere from connecting you to a local community for a volunteer project. One of the things that we try to do is make sure that we align you with our community leaders so that it's an impact from a cultural, social, and economic.
You weren't here when I was talking about this, but I literally said those are all of the pieces that are important when planning an event, actually. Economic, social, culture, and that will tie back to financially. So I really appreciate that because, again, Cleveland is a group that makes sense. As a destination, you understand that events are a little bit more than just an event. It should be an experience. As a destination, what would you say a few things Cleveland is doing to try to future-proof itself?
Well, there's several ways. And one is our major infrastructure that we're doing. We're in the midst of a major transformation with our Cleveland International Airport, as well as a waterfront redevelopment. And the purpose of that is to be able to enhance the experience of visitors from a social and cultural perspective. We're also just completed a major renovation of our convention center and several of our hotels. So that too is going to add in excitement when visitors come in. And last but not least, we're trying to make sure that we stay innovative in regards to enhancing our attractions and the city itself, we just launched the Illumination of Clee. I think I mentioned that earlier, which has brightened up our downtown, the heart of our downtown public square. So you walk in, one of the things that we focus on is how can we enhance this from a local, social, and community perspective.
And I love that because with all of those renovations, it sounds like a lot's going on. What does that mean in terms of growth for meetings and events in Cleveland? How can planners align with that? If you're able to renovate your airport, which might mean more lifts, hopefully, which you already have a great lift, like not to what, and you're renovating your downtown in this public square for people to potentially have events. What does that look like in terms of new meetings and events coming through?
Well, we don't just focus on the small groups and the little groups, but what we're hoping to do is definitely drive more medical business, more focus on manufacturing and technical and things of that nature. But our goal is to make sure that every group, no matter what sector it is, we have something in place for them. That's our goal from an inclusive perspective, is to make sure that everyone feels welcome and not that, oh, well, we're walking into a medical city or a sports city. Cleveland wants to be viewed as we have something for everybody.
I love it because you do have, I had a manufacturing group that I came in with plastics, and then I am a big sporty. And so if you don't know this, I'm a big sporty. I love wrestling, and they had they had SummerSlam last year as well. And so it is a little bit for everyone, as you said, which I really appreciate. And so I'm going to start to wrap up our interview. I have a few more questions for you to get some advice. So if you had one piece of advice for planners thinking about Cleveland, what would it be?
If you're looking for a destination that is affordable, easily accessible, and unique, book Cleveland. And the reason I say that is because of our downtown platform. From our newly renovated convention center with natural lighting into the foyer areas, the ballrooms, and the exhibit hall, that's Cleveland. It gives you that natural lighting that lifts your, it's just very energizing to everyone. And again, our downtown district, where we have about 5,000 rooms that are just within walking distance of the convention center, over 200 restaurants and breweries, and not to mention the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and our entertainment districts and our theater districts. It's just the convention center alone is about 500,000 square feet of meeting space, with 225 of that being the exhibit hall, and 2 ballrooms, 30 and 20,000, as well as 50 breakout rooms. But the uniqueness of Cleveland is why I say you should book Cleveland. Again, you won't come just for a meet and eat, but you'll come for and walk away with a memorable experience.
Thank you so much. Cleveland is proof that when a city invests in its people, places, and partnerships, the impact ripples far beyond the convention center. Big thanks to Rhonda Walker and the Destination Cleveland team for showing us what it looks like to show up with purpose for planners, for attendees, and for the community. If you're thinking about where to host your next event, don't sleep on the land. Cleveland might be your next best decision. Hi, everyone. I am back with the event bays. We have a new bay, our bay that has joined us, Chandra. Hey, and we've brought... That's what matters. We show up for each other.
That's right. That's here in full effect. Full effect. For my bay, Shameka.
Doesn't matter what time. We will show up for each other, as Connie mentioned in our event bay segment. And we've also brought back Rhonda from Destination Cleveland. We are going to have what will probably be a hilarious game of Hot or Not. This is going to be the event trend edition. So they all have Hot or Not cards. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for showing. I have a few trends that are currently going on, and I want to get your opinion, and feel free to provide context to your responses as well. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah,
ready, ladies, I should say. Networking with AI matchmaking. We talked about AI and how that's kind of a trend. Is that hot or not?
Not.
Hot, not. Not. 2 knots into a split. Yeah. Comments. Why the knots? I'm curious.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by AI? Well, I don't talk to people.
So I would say if I had a sign, I probably would say not to. I do think AI matchmaking is cool. Like, I've seen it, I've used it, where it's essentially you're pulling information from registration and you're sharing, like, you should go talk to this person.
See, not
talking to them.
Not. I love it.
You love it.
I love it, but I'm a talker, so I don't even need a prompt. I'm going up to you anyway. But I also think it's helpful for me because it will assist me with people that I would not normally talk to. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. It takes the research out of you know who you need to connect with.
That's true. But you know what? I probably should have said hot because that's, I'm going to say not still. Say hot. Now that you've elaborated a little bit more on it, I think that it would be great for, especially for me, for people who may be interested in Cleveland. So hot.
That's hot. Okay, we hot knowing that.
Standing 10 toes down.
She's like, no, we need some like theme music. We need like Nelly. It's hot in here. Hey.
Okay, maybe I've heard.
That's her event flow song. She missed that part.
This is it. This is what happens when you're late, and then you want to come in and change everything. But it's fun. We're live in production, but not live on stream. Oh, we're a fun bunch. You know this already, but we're our true selves in this moment.
Okay, wonderful. Let's roll.
Next one: opening sessions with meditation. Not. Everybody said no.
I need something to get the
Yeah.
blood flowing. Yeah.
I would rather open the session with running around the room.
With Hopper with his hot hair.
or line dancing or
something more energized.
Fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to level set to be like, okay, this is why we're all here today.
I will walk.
No, towards the end, middle or something, or like right after some guru person comes out to speak, but not at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Next one, live illustrations or sketch notes. If you've seen that, I work with Ink Factory. Shout out Ink Factory. I love them. Love that. Hot.
First hot.
Yeah. Yeah. First hot. Here is first hot. Hot. Connie's warm.
Yeah.
Connie, why are you warm?
Oh.
I think it should be in the right space. I think sometimes those activations are used for fillers as opposed to intentionality or intimate events. So I'm going to say warm.
Okay. That's context. I like that. That's different.
Rhonda, what did you say?
I said hi.
He's taking over the show, y'all. Again.
She was screen time.
I'm gonna get
I know we needed an answer from everybody.
She said, I'm gonna get these minutes. Go on.
Just because you went to TSU, your name is not Oprah, okay?
She said, Shameka, who? Just change to change your meat. Change the whole background.
I am done. I'm so sorry.
Rhonda.
I didn't have any ad-libbing. I'm just Rhonda.
What did you say?
We're gonna get over to commercial.
That's a commercial.
I'm all for creativity, but I acted hot. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right. Food stations instead of plated meals. Oh, hot. I agree. Hot. I don't want my salad sitting out for an hour, and then I have to come and people breathing on it, and then it's just on the table. Yeah,
and portion control too.
Because I also hate waste. Food waste is like, ooh, and plated meals.
You can do fun things with activations as well.
True. I think it's boring to sit at a table now. It's just like outdated. I think you get a better chance of networking if you are bopping around the room. It's just, I don't want to go to another dinner.
Yeah,
I agree. All right.
And then you may not like what's on the plate. And to your point, right now, it's just like if you have stations and I can go pick what I want as opposed to
reinforce it with my thing. Yeah, hello. I thank you all. You all are very special, important stuff. Thanks for joining me for this segment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching the very first episode of Shameka Meets. If something sparked for you, share this with your event bestie and post it on social media using hashtag Shameka Meets. Subscribe, follow, and come back next month for more strategy, impact, and joy.